I wonder if there's anyone who would like to come and give me a hand. I haven't pre-warned anyone for this bit. This is the bit where I talk, and hopefully I might get some helpers. I might not. But you're all going to get involved in a minute anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Okay, right, fine. I'll pick on... Oh, no, you're not coming. It's fine. It's very simple. I'm going to pick on some people instead. And I'll... Yeah? Oh, come on then, Ben. Oh, come on. Right. And look, I need some help. That's 4. Oh, and a few more. You've got a bit braver now, Zoe, haven't you? Excellent. Right. Okay. How many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, can you get yourselves into pairs of one person who's brave enough to be on their own? Caitlin, you can be with me. It's absolutely fine. Wonderful. So, I thought we would take the approach of our drama today and we think about what would happen if we interviewed different types of people just after they found out that Jesus had come back to life. So, let's have a chat to who were some people that found out that Jesus came back to life? Go on then. Mary, the women, absolutely. So, what was their first reaction? Shall I ask them? What was their first reaction? Anyone know? Shock. They were afraid. They were indeed, Pat. Absolutely. So, as you said, Mary Louise, could you two in your pair do your best impression of somebody who's scared? Wonderful. Go and stand at the end over there and keep looking scared. You're doing a great job. Some of you are going to have to take note because some of you are going to be doing just those expressions, those exact expressions in a minute. Right. Who else found out that Jesus' body was gone and that he'd come back to life? The disciples. They did indeed. Now, the disciples had a range of emotions. They too felt fear, a lot of them, the first time. But then they were also quite glad that their friend was back amongst them, I think. Do you think they'd be glad their friend was back? Yeah. We're told that although none of the others believed them when they got back in Luke's Gospel, that Peter goes running to the tomb to find out in other Gospels, Peter and somebody else goes with him. So, you two, can you do your best impression of somebody who's relieved? Is that your best impression you got there? Matilda, have you got a relieved expression that you could show us? Or is it just this? Right? Stand there, do your best relieved expressions. Did you say you don't do expressions? Oh, right. It's a good job that we all do expressions differently. Now then, the disciples also sometimes, well, a little bit later on in the day, started to feel something else. On the road to Emmaus, a little bit later on in Luke's Gospel, they start telling the stranger that is walking with them, I'll give you a clue, it ends up being Jesus, but they don't know that yet. They start telling them that he was a great teacher, and they were glad to have they might have been glad to have their teacher back, because it might have given them some hope. So, Ben and Theo, can you do your best hopeful expression? If you're hoping for something for Christmas, what might you do? Might you wish for it, or pray for it? So hopefully, please, please, please. So look like you're begging and go that way. I think get on your knees and put your hands up like that. Come on, Theo, you too. No? I tell you what, people are going to find it hard to copy your expression, Theo. You're hiding your face. Right. That leaves you and me, Caitlin. We've got one of the hardest ones, I think. Because also, once you've got all of these things, and it's not just the women who are scared, by the way, not just the disciples, I think we also saw some other people who were scared. The soldiers and the teachers of the law, very scared. They said, go and lie about it. Go and lie. Tell them that the disciples came and stole his body. But once that had all come out in the wash, once the disciples had started realised that it was true and that they'd met Jesus too, and the ladies weren't just making it up, they started to wonder what next. And at the end, of Luke's account. It says, I'm going to send you what my Father has promised, but stay in the city until you have been clothed with power from on high. What does that mean? I think another perfectly good expression of what happened on that first Easter day was a bit of confusion and mystery. If something seems mysterious and you were a bit confused, Caitlin, what might you do? Yeah, good. Right. Let's have a quick look at these expressions, because I want all of these people to join in now. I'm going to tell them how we're going to do that. Okay, so I'm going to split you into 4. So, first of all, obviously, 2 is down this line. I'm going to go between you 2. That side, you're group number 1. That side, you're group number 2. If you think you're in the middle of my hand, I'll give you a little bit of leeway to the side, but I think I can see a straight line, okay? And we'll do the same on this side. We'll go down between you here, Jill. So Pat and Andy, either side of you as well. And you can be group number 3, and you can be group number 4. Right, so on that first Easter day, there were some people, and these people are going to be group number 1, who felt very frightened. Show me how you look frightened. Show us how you look frightened. Okay, very good. What was your one? Relief. Excellent. Group number 2. Show us how you do relief. You haven't got much of an example, so show us how you do relief. I like that. That is fantastic. Thank you for those of you that joined in. Right. Boys, you were hopeful, weren't you? Group number 3, let's see your best hopeful expressions, please. How do you look hopeful? Some begging, yeah, absolutely, great stuff. And then group number 4, how do you look confused? And do you know what? Whatever expression you did, whatever expression you might feel at the fact that Jesus came back from the dead, and that when he came back from the dead, he's not like any of those other examples that we see in the media of people that come back from the dead. He's not a zombie. Hopefully not. That would be scary, wouldn't it? Yeah. He's very much normal but different. Seems to appear in places without people realising how he even got there. Very strange. He did it for you. However you feel. However you feel, he invites you to his table, which we're going to celebrate at in just a moment. And it's okay if you're still working it out and trying to find out what it means. Because do you know what? So's the church. I looked back at some of my old Easter sermons this morning to see if I could get any inspiration. I couldn't. But one of them pointed out that the Nicene Creed wasn't written straight away. We didn't suddenly, overnight, understand everything that there was. If, indeed, you think that the Nicene Creed even explains everything. It took the church a few hundred years to get to that point. And to a certain extent, the church is still working out what the resurrection of Jesus Christ means. Because it means that Jesus is still turning up in unexpected places, with unexpected people doing unexpected things. And he's doing that through the gift that he sent his disciples that we were told to wait for him. So, we wait and we long for further revelation from Jesus Christ himself this Easter. And we do that having had a little foretaste, a little glimpse of what heaven will be like when he was resurrected and shown himself to his disciples. And one of the things he did when he showed himself to his disciples when he came back from the dead was he helped them catch a lot of fish and they had a meal together. And in fact, when he appears to them in the room, he asks them if they've got anything to eat and they give him a bit of boiled fish. Don't worry, I'm not going to give you any boiled fish today. However, it is customary on Easter Day to remember that Jesus gave us the gift of new life. That these days tends to be symbolised in what shape? They haven't switched on yet. Eggs. Absolutely. And so I seem to remember I gave some people some eggs at the start and asked them if they would help me give them out. So some chocolate eggs are going to work their way around. Help yourselves to one. Eat one. And remember that we have had just a glimpse of the new life Christ offers to each and every one of us through his resurrection. Amen.